It was supposed to be a quiet evening run. Train number 19, a small regional passenger train leaving Milan for Innsbruck, cutting through the breathtaking Italian Alps. The date was November 17th, 1964. The weather was turning, snow flurries brushing the mountains, the wind pushing cold air down the valleys. At 7:42 p.m., the train entered the San Gottardo Tunnel system near the Italian-Austrian border. It never came out the other side. No derailment, no explosion, no distress call. Just the low hum of wind across the Alps and the unanswered question that would haunt rescuers, families, and investigators for decades. If you love true unsolved mysteries and real-world investigations, make sure to subscribe. Because the story you're about to hear isn't fiction. It's one of Europe's most chilling unsolved transport disappearances. Train number 19 was a 5-car diesel locomotive operated by Ferrovie dello Stato, FS. It carried 46 passengers and 4 crew members, mostly commuters, some students returning home from Milan, and a few Austrian tourists heading north. The engineer, Giovanni Ricci, 42, had driven this route for over a decade. His assistant, Luca Bernardi, was only 25, eager but cautious. He had often mentioned to colleagues how unpredictable the Alps became at night. Weather reports predicted light snow, nothing unusual. At 6:35 p.m., Ricci radioed control in Verona. Leaving Chiavenna, visibility dropping but all systems normal. It was the last clear message anyone would ever receive from him. At 7:42 p.m., the train entered the San Gottardo Tunnel system near the Italian-Austrian border. It never came out the other side. Operators assumed a delay, perhaps a stop inside the tunnel. But when the train failed to appear after 20 minutes, then 40, alarms were raised. By midnight, search teams were dispatched on both sides. Rescuers entered the tunnel, expecting wreckage, fire, or trapped survivors. They found nothing. The rails were cold, undisturbed, the air heavy with condensation. No sign of derailment, no debris, no burn marks. The only evidence that a train had passed was a faint layer of fresh soot near the entry, as if something massive had entered and simply vanished. For the next 6 weeks, military and alpine rescue units combed every section of the route. Helicopters scanned the valleys, divers explored nearby lakes. Snow had buried the higher paths, making progress impossible. One theory suggested the train might have been diverted onto an unfinished maintenance track inside the tunnel system, but engineers dismissed it. The secondary track ended in a sealed dead end, unused since 1958. Others speculated that the train could have derailed into a hidden shaft or ventilation route, yet geological surveys showed no gaps large enough to swallow 5 cars and 50 people. Then came a discovery: a single glove, found near the northern mouth of the tunnel, half frozen into the gravel. It matched the uniform of the train's conductor, Luigi Santini. The glove was intact, but covered in a thin layer of oily soot, unlike anything normally found on that line. Newspapers across Europe seized on the story. Train vanishes in the Alps, authorities baffled. Ghost of San Gottardo? But away from the headlines, investigators uncovered troubling details. A week before the disappearance, FS maintenance crews had reported microfractures in the tunnel's western wall, possibly from shifting permafrost. Instead of closing the line, officials decided to keep operations running to avoid financial loss during the winter season. Internal memos later revealed that train number 19's braking system had been flagged for maintenance, but the part order was delayed until December. Could a mechanical failure, combined with a rockfall or internal collapse, have caused the train to be sealed inside? When rescue teams drilled exploratory shafts months later, they still found no sign of a void or collapsed section large enough to trap the train. Adding to the mystery, one of the cargo cars attached to train number 19 wasn't standard passenger freight. It was carrying classified postal material from Milan's industrial district, later confirmed to include defense research documents and experimental radio equipment belonging to a private contractor linked to Italy's post-war intelligence program. In 1970, a declassified memo hinted at a possible NATO involvement, suggesting that sensitive materials might have been removed before official investigation began. But no agency ever claimed the cargo. No receipts, no manifests, no insurance claims. The families of the 50 missing received only a single official statement. Loss presumed total, cause undetermined. For the families, the disappearance became an open wound. Maria Ricci, Giovanni's widow, visited the tunnel entrance every year on November 17th, lighting candles by the rail and leaving a letter she would never see answered. She once told a reporter, "I don't believe they vanished. I believe they were forgotten." By 1984, the last of the missing were officially declared dead. Memorial plaques were placed at both tunnel mouths, though no remains were ever found. In 1999, a Swiss construction project unearthed an abandoned rail spur 2 kilometers from the main tunnel. Engineers found rusted machinery, ancient cables, and fragments of painted metal, matching the green and cream livery used by FS passenger cars in the 1960s. Was it part of train number 19? Tests were inconclusive. The paint and corrosion dated to roughly the same period, but no serial numbers matched. The discovery reignited old theories. Some claimed a structural collapse sealed the train in an unreachable pocket. Others whispered of government retrieval operations, removing what the train carried before sealing the site forever. Today, the San Gottardo line operates safely, modernized, electrified, and mapped to the centimeter. But near the original 1964 tunnel, a small granite plaque still reads, "To those who journeyed north and never returned." Every year, hikers and railway workers leave flowers near the spot, sometimes reporting strange metallic echoes when trains pass. Engineers dismiss it as normal tunnel acoustics, but for locals, it's the sound of train number 19 still somewhere beneath the mountain, frozen in time. The disappearance of train number 19 remains one of Italy's most haunting cold cases, a blend of engineering failure, bureaucratic silence, and alpine mystery. Perhaps it was buried by a collapse that no human eye will ever see. Perhaps it was covered up, erased to protect secrets that rode that train north. Whatever the truth, the Alps have kept it. Quietly, coldly, perfectly. And as long as the tracks of San Gottardo echo under the mountain, the question will remain: where did train number 19 go?